Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Look at us. It's like old school, isn't it?
It's like circa 2003 when we worked together.
Yes. It's great to be here. So Kara and Scott are enjoying some time off.
Everybody's
today.
on vacation.
Everybody's on vacation. And you know what? It's a good day to be on vacation, maybe at the beach, because it's
Oh my
hot.
gosh. I've spent a total of 5 minutes outside so far today.
Yes.
And it is just, this kind of weather is just not for me. Of course, we have the heat advisory. So not only do you, maybe not like the heat, it's also dangerous heat.
Oh,
so, you know, find a cool spot to just shade yourself, drink plenty of water, especially if the kids are at camp this week.
Right.
Yeah,
and
your son's at camp, right?
One of my sons is actually, he's at outdoor camp at Northwest Catholic, the basketball camp there, though. But they take great care of the kids there, and it's only a half a day. So it's only in the morning hours.
Yeah, so not during the peak sun.
No, not during the peak sun. But yeah, you should check in on elderly relatives, your neighbors, stuff like that, because it's going to be super hot.
Super hot.
Yeah,
and you know
absolutely.
what wasn't super hot was the Travelers Championship.
Yes.
They actually got it in without the worst of the heat, which is really starting today. And of course, it finished last night with kind of a surprising win. Yeah,
this is Harris English. He won the Travelers Championship yesterday. Actually, I think they stopped play at like almost 8 o'clock.
Yeah, 8:09, right before the sunset.
Okay, so
they got it in like at the very last moment.
At the very last moment. It was a sudden death. It was a playoff, and I think it was one of the largest, not largest, but longest playoffs in PGA history. You know, it always seems like the Travelers is such an exciting last day. It seems like the last few years have been really, really exciting. And of course, I think they had about 10,000 fans this year. I don't think they had any fans.
Yeah, zero last year.
So this is pretty exciting. I'm sure a lot of people were itching to get out there and watch some great golf. So we want to say congratulations to Harris English. What a day, right?
Yeah,
and it wasn't raining or anything.
I know, and the clouds kind of kept it a little bit okay. We didn't hit 90 yesterday, so that was perfect.
Yep.
Well, congrats to him.
Absolutely.
Now, the most exciting thing in this whole show, I think, is this next story.
Okay.
Chocolate, actually, according to a new study, is good for you to start your day off with because it could actually help you burn fat and decrease blood sugar levels. This is a new study. But there's a catch.
Okay.
It's really only works for postmenopausal women.
Okay.
So, I mean, I guess for us, that's something we can look forward to.
That's something we can look forward to. I'm a little bit close to that, so.
And I don't think there's many good things that go along with that.
No,
so this is one of the things that's great. So don't reach for the candy or anything just yet.
Right, and it doesn't really work with chocolate chip cookies. That's a whole other thing. I think they're talking about pure chocolate.
Yeah, dark chocolate.
Okay.
And I do try and have a little dark chocolate I don't have it for breakfast, but I do try and have a little every day.
Well, I'm going to be having it for breakfast.
All right, how about Legos? Of course, you probably have a lot of them around your house, right?
Yes.
But Lego is actually trying to make them a little bit more sustainable. The Danish toy maker unveiled a new prototype that is made entirely from recycled plastic.
I love this.
Yeah.
I really, really love this. I mean, plastic that's come from discarded bottles, and that's the material that meets the company's strict quality and safety requirements. A 1-liter plastic bottle provides enough raw material for 10 2x4 Lego bricks. So
Isn't
that's
that crazy
really
when you
cool.
think you're just going to throw that out,
I know.
And that it can actually be used for something like this.
Yeah.
So they're not ready for the shelves just yet. They're going to continue to, fine tune it, but it'll probably still be just as painful when you step on one in the dark.
I was just going to say that.
You know you're a mom when you've stepped on Legos.
Oh, yes, just as painful, even if it's recycled plastic.
Exactly.
I like that. Well, a British man, was talking about chocolate a little bit ago, but a British man has broken the Guinness record, and I didn't even know there was a record for this, but for stacking the most M&Ms.
It's going to, Angelo, how many M&Ms do you think you can stack?
2 tops.
Two.
He's on the right idea. Okay, this gentleman here, his name is Will Cutbill. He's a civil engineer, and he was bored during quarantine, so he stacked them, and that is the record, 5. The previous Guinness record was 4.
Okay.
I mean, I was thinking maybe like 10 or more when I first saw this.
I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's really hard.
So we actually have some M&Ms. Our producer Jamie got some out of the vending machine.
And we better do this quick before they melt.
I tried this a minute ago, and I at least okay, so I got 2.
Oh.
Did you get any?
I can't even get 2. Hold on, I'm going to try a different color. Maybe that'll help.
They're surprisingly
my gosh, they are so
round.
hard.
I think kind of when you picture an M&M, you're thinking it's mostly flat, but it's actually more of like a little So there's 2.
Oh my gosh, I can't even get 2.
So if you are bored someday coming up this summer, or you need something to occupy your kids,
Yes.
bribe them to try and set the new world record.
It does. It will occupy them for quite a long time because it's really, really hard to do.
Yeah, it took that gentleman hours, and he said once he finished it, he jumped up in the air and then he ate all the M&Ms.
Okay.
So you get
We're
a
not
little
allowed
prize.
to eat
Here's
these though
mine.
until well, you can
2.
eat those because you stack them.
Yes, I feel a little
Yes.
bit accomplished. All right, well, how would you like to go to the edge of space for $125,000?
I'd really like it,
Would you?
actually. I would. I would like it.
All right.
I'd be. I mean, I don't have that kind of money, but I'd do it if it was free.
I mean, it would be kind of a cool experience. This is a Florida company. They're offering to fly you to the edge of space in this new high-tech hot air balloon. Okay, that is not for me. I just saw a picture of it.
Oh boy, I'm not so sure. I may change my mind.
It's taking reservations for those who want to fly on Spaceship Neptune. It's a pressurized capsule suspended from a blimp about the length of a football field.
Okay.
And as we mentioned, it costs $125,000. It's going to take 8 people up. 100,000 feet, and you get to enjoy a 360-degree view.
I'm
from
not.
the sky.
Oh, wait! Before splashing down into the ocean safely. might
Keyword
I add.
safely.
I'm not so sure about that now. Now that I see the picture, I mean, I would like to go up in space, but I'm not so sure it would be that.
No,
With
and the whole thing is 6 hours. Like you have to get up there, and then you
Right.
spend a couple of hours, and then you come back down again.
Right.
I mean, I guess the idea is great. I'm not very adventurous, and I
no.
also get kind of motion sick, so I just
Yeah.
feel like all around that's not a great option for me.
And I'd have pins and needles while I'm up there.
Yeah.
When I get on like really tall buildings. It's
But
crazy.
cool, nonetheless.
Yeah. Speaking of space, NASA says its newest Rocketeer is ready for next month's big flight. Rosy the Rocketeer. Yeah, you're thinking Rosy the Riveter? Well, that's it. Will be in the commander's seat when Boeing's CST-100 Starliner heads to the International Space Station. So it's a mannequin, and it pays homage to Rosy the Riveter, a World War II icon, of course, that represented women working in factories and shipyards to replace all the men on the front. Boeing says their Rosy is fitted with a hand-sewn Rosy-themed COVID-19 mask.
Of course.
And a Rosy scarf autographed by a woman who helped build Boeing planes during the war.
That's so cool.
Really, really cool.
And so there's not going to be
Yeah.
any astronauts on this mission, just her. She's got some different things on her that will collect data as she goes up to the International Space Station.
Yes.
And so this takes off from Cape Canaveral on Friday, July 30th. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, I think she's fully equipped. I think
Definitely.
she's ready to go.
The polka dot, I love it.
Okay, so I love new stamps when they unveil new stamps, and the U.S. Postal Service is honoring a baseball legend this time. They've dedicated a forever stamp to Yogi Berra. I can't believe they didn't do this before, but the 3-time American League MVP played 18 seasons for the Yankees, winning 10 World Series championships as a player. Of course,
Yeah.
a legend off the field as well.
I didn't realize that he was in the Navy and he was part of the D-Day invasion. He actually earned a Purple Heart during that time.
Wow, I didn't even know that. Yeah.
So he was introduced into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 1972 and received the Presidential Medal of Freedom shortly after his death in 2015.
Excellent. It's about time he had his own stamp. All right, so The Boss is back, including Broadway's back too. Springsteen on Broadway helped to reopen The Great White Way on Saturday night in New York, and one of the first productions to play on Broadway since the pandemic, of course, shut everything down. So Bruce Springsteen revived his solo show on Saturday. I would love to see that show.
I was actually watching the CBS Early Show this morning, and I think it was Anthony Mason said that he was in the audience with his wife. Yeah.
Wow.
And everybody had to be vaccinated. You actually had to show your vaccination card to even get in.
Yeah.
But it's funny. It's like things are happening again.
Yeah.
Like things are getting back to normal. So it's nice to see that entertainment and Broadway will be revitalized again.
I mean, it was really so weird not to think that, thinking that Broadway was just dark. And it was really, really sad, but that's a great sign. Things are slowly getting back to normal, and we love to see it.
That's right. And we also love Jeopardy. And Jeopardy has been having guest hosts recently.
Yep.
And the next one up is Dr. Sanjay Gupta. He's starting a 2-week stint guest hosting Jeopardy starting today. Of course, I watched him, I feel like, all the time in the beginning of the pandemic, learning all about COVID and everything. So it'll be great to see him. And I actually heard Savannah Guthrie talking about how challenging it actually is.
Oh, I'm sure it
you think
is.
you're just kind of reading the question and hearing the answer, you know?
Right.
But it's a lot.
Oh,
and
it's a lot of
harder
work.
than you think it is. So they make it
Right.
look easy, but especially Alex Trebek. I mean, he was flawless. But it's really kind of a tough gig.
Right. Oh, yeah. He was such a smart, brilliant guy to host that show. And just hosting, just as you just said, it's a real challenge. All right. So a furious comeback for the big screen. F9, the most recent installment of the Fast and Furious franchise, had the biggest opening day weekend since the pandemic began, bringing in $70 million. Yep, another sign that things are slowly getting back to normal. It smashed the previous best when A Quiet Place Part 2 brought in just $48 million last month.
So people probably went out to the movies. Yeah, I gotta get back on that. It's
Yeah.
like I haven't really been thinking about that's something to do, especially on a hot day.
Yeah, absolutely. I really missed going to
Yeah.
the movies.
Especially with the
Me and
kids,
my
too.
boys, we loved going to the movies. I'm so glad it's going to be coming back.
Now the next story is Irene's favorite. She was like obsessed with this story all morning long.
I really like Cardi B. I do. I really like her. Really talented lady. But you know what? She's pregnant. A rapper reveals she's expecting her second child, actually.
Is that her right there?
That's her right there.
Oh, wow.
But that's not where she made the announcement, though. She's been hiding quite the secret. She says she's pregnant. So she revealed the news while performing, I think it was last night in the BET Awards. She was performing with her husband, Offset, and his group Migos. It was last night at the BET Awards.
So she already has one child. I believe the child is 3. So this is their second baby. And they announced it last night. So good for her. Yeah.
I love her fashion sense. I love her music. She's a gorgeous lady. So congratulations to them.
Yes, happy for them.
I like that.
Well, we have a